Hey, hey, hey. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are in this beautiful world. See who comes on first. Good evening, good evening. John's going to be joining me soon. But he's watching football. Chesterfield's playing. So he will be joining me shortly. So you've got me on my own to ramble on. Hey, Kelly, my lovely lady, how are you doing? Diane, good evening. That's my phone vibrating. Oh, dear. How are you ladies doing tonight? Have you had a busy day, anybody? You're not feeling well, Kelly? Make sure you rest up, sweets. Don't push yourself too much. Evening, Lisa. How are you, my lovely? Evening, Mick. How's everybody's day been? Have you all had a good day? In this nice, glorious sunshine that we're having at the minute. Evening, Jolie. I'm in pain. I think that's meant to say Kelly. Charlene, hello. How are you? If you're in pain, Kelly, make sure you take your meds and make sure you do rest up, sweets. No worse when we're in a bit of pain, my lovely. Can you see my hair? I've got it all in plaits, look. Well, I've got it in 2 plaits. You're going blonde, Lisa. Oh, you've got to send me a picture when you go blonde. Evening, Carol, my lovely lady. That's okay, Kelly. Don't say sorry. Welcome, Charlene. You're new here. Well, I hope you enjoy, and I hope you stay with us and join us more regular if you can, my lovely lady. Not bad, really. Bad headache for a few days. Lisa. That's how we started when we started coming down with that Omicron version of COVID. Was the headaches. Thank you, Kelly. I'm quite enjoying it. My daughter's done it when she's put me in plaits. And then I can, I'm hoping my hair's going to go curly-ish, but we'll see. I might look like, who can remember her? What were they called? That Jemima. Who can remember Jemima from 80s TV program? I can't remember what it's called. But sometimes my hair goes like Jemima's. It was worse when I got orange hair because the orange hair literally looked like Jemima. It was shocking. I know it's going to go ginger, but at least I can get the red out and work with ginger. You can. Also, Lisa, get some of that blue shampoo. I think you can get blue shampoo and silver shampoo, silver conditioners. I know it's in a blue bottle. Well, it's like a grey blue bottle. And when your hair goes ginger, if you put the shampoo on and leave it for like half an hour, it takes the yellowy out, if that makes sense. I only know because my hair's been black, red, green, blue, purple, orange, all sorts. Evening, Judith. Evening, Wild Bill. Hope you're well over there. You have that, dear Kelly. A bear bunch. But yes, or do you mean the plait? You look a nice plait. It's a gorgeous plait. It's a beautiful look. So tomorrow morning, don't forget, guys, I will be on at 10:30. I will set it up tonight so everybody gets that reminder. Hey, Kate, sorry. Do apologize. I do pronounce your names just the way. Yeah, that's right. My daughter's exactly. Do you know, don't we love his daughters, Lisa? We can do his hair. Mine's refusing now. If I change it back dark, she'll never touch my hair again. But yeah, Kate, thank you. I'm fine now. I had a little bit of a dip last week, but no, back up and on it. So yes. An analogy I have, the plaits don't, and she really hurts my head. But I know what you're talking about because I have the blue shampoo, bottles of shampoo. Yes, Kelly. They weren't wonders then. I once left it on my head for an hour. And then I watched another YouTube video and it said about 2 hours. And my hair went really dry. It went a nice colour, but it went really, really dry. Evening, Kerry, my lovely lady. I hope you're well. So tomorrow morning, 10:30 in the morning, I will be live doing tarots. Hey Colette, how are you, my lovely? I will be doing tarot readings again tomorrow. So I was live Monday, and I'm now going to be live on Wednesday morning, doing tarot readings. We are supposed to be taking a day off on Wednesday, but I'm going to come on and do my tarots in the morning on a Wednesday. So tomorrow morning, 10:30, I will be live doing tarot as well, 11:30. Thursday night, we're going to be joining Nanny Lynn on the Nanny Lynn show. We're going to be talking about Pendle Hill and the witches, and plus loads more other things. I can just imagine now the topic on Nanny Lynn's. Hey, Joyce, hey, Colette. I can just imagine the topic now on Nanny Lynn's chat. Can you just imagine it? Because it's never going to stick to what we're going to be talking about, is it? When do we ever stick to what we're talking about? So yeah, but hopefully we will get through the Pendle witch trials and talk a little bit about that. Evening, John. How are you, my lovely? Hope everything's well. But yes, so I think it's going to be an interesting night. I'm quite into the witchy stuff. I do like it. I'll be there in the morning on the live and show my results of the hair. Oh, brilliant, Lisa. I can't wait to see. I hope it all goes to plan. Evening, Karen. Hey, Paul. That were a fantastic live, Paul. Really enjoyed it. Amazing lady. So yeah, just thank you to you both for a good night. For those that missed Paul, let me just put Paul's comment up so you can see what you're looking for. So just look up Paul Goddard NLP and hypnotherapy. It's the same on Facebook as it is YouTube, and you will see Paul's live from tonight earlier on at 7:00. Be great. Lisa, we do talk about everything on here. Probably a little bit more sometimes than what we need to tell, but yes. Bike Step 99 is a witch, but she's a good one. Yes, Lorna did Nanny Lynn's drew a picture of Nanny Lynn, one of Nanny Lynn's guides. Jackie Beer, that's it. OBE is wonderful and it's good vibes. So please, if anybody suffers with anxiety or anything related to fears and stuff, just have a listen to what Jackie's got to say, because she's really got good insight in there. Hey, evening, Anne. How are you? Yeah, John's okay. He's laid on bed listening to football. Eyes like sheep's fannies always comes up, mate. If I take my glasses off, look, you can see, look how dark I am under eyes. Hence, well, I read the glasses so I can see the chat, but my eyes do look like sheep's fannies. Hence, I'm wearing sheep's on my pajamas as well. How good's that? So, yeah. What we're doing tonight. Charlene, tonight's just normally a chit chat. We ramble on about anything. Whatever anybody wants to talk about, they drop it into comments and we'll just start a conversation. Sometimes we talk paranormal, sometimes we just talk shite. But it's just a night off from not a night off from the paranormal as such, because if anybody's got questions, me and John and everybody in chat do answer everybody's questions, and everybody keeps you welcomed and everything else. But yeah, so tonight it's just like a bit of a mishmash of conversation. But we do this so we get to have we get to talk to you guys as well, which is really good. Oh, look, he's joining me. He's joining me for 15 minutes. It's half time, look. Evening, Tracy. How are you, my lovely? Tracy, if you've sent stars, I can't see the stars, but it's not showing on your name, so I think you may have. So thank you very much, my lovely lady.
Good evening, everybody.
Evening, Rebecca. How's you? So John's look at him, decided to just swan in, take his pew next to me, and he's crying, look, because Chesterfield's losing at half time. So 2-1. So woohoo! I'm only messing. I shouldn't really stir it, really, should I? It's Chesterfield football. He's not what he's having to listen to it. Kelly, ask away, my lovely. Ask away, my sweet lady. So I'm hoping Claire is going to be free. Can you have a reading? Kate, if you can make it on in the morning, I'm doing free readings and I may be able to get you then. Otherwise, you can book in for a reading. You can either do it through the live in the morning. It's slightly cheaper doing it through the live, through the stars, or you can book him for a reading, but readings are normally about £15, my lovely. And I can send them by email, or we can do a video call. It's entirely your choice. Best therapy on here. Love the lives. Oh, bless you, Lisa. It's good therapy for us, though. Stags and Forest Green abandoned for fog. I take that's football, innit? What are you talking to me? Stags and Forest Green? I thought you were on about, oh my God, there's like a massive fog coming in a woodland somewhere. Evening War Dog. What do you all think about Boris? Do you know? I know he's a naughty boy, he's Boris.
Little Boris.
Little Boris is Trace says, and my Dave's dog. I nearly forgot Dave's name. He's a lovely ball of ears, Tracy. I'm telling John. Oh dear. I keep having weird things happening. My house the other day, I was sitting in the kitchen and all of a sudden the chair moved by itself. It's like someone was pushing the chair into the tables. Well, first of all, Kelly, best thing to do is, have you been actually calling out 20 energies, 20 spirits, asking them for evening, Joanne? How are you, my lovely? Evening, Paul. Have you been asking for any spirits, loved ones in spirit, to come and give you a sign that they're still there? Because if we ask questions, certain things can sort of like start happening and manifest themselves if we ask out loud, or if you've been thinking of a certain loved one, sometimes weird things like that can happen around. So that's the first question I'm going to ask, if you've actually been either thinking or like talking to someone that's passed over and asking them for validation on something. Used to live opposite Forest Green Club football. Tracy, did you have to mention that? Oh dear. But yes, we are hoping to be out. I think it is Friday night. Oi, oi, Nanny Lynn, just been talking about you. Are your ears burning? Oh dear. No, Kelly, then keep an eye on it. Keep an eye on things. Just do the debunking first before you start jumping to conclusions, because sometimes there is a simple answer. Like there could have been a bit of water spilt on the floor near the chair. The chair could be picked up and moved. I'm not sure whether the plastic or wood, which would make a big difference. But if that's happening, just keep a note on things that are happening and when they're happening and what you're doing in that moment, because you might find that it's actually linking in with something that you're doing, or you might be able to see the reason why. But if you keep us updated, do see what happens over a week, write down the times and the dates happening. We'll be able to help you look into it a little bit more, my lovely lady. Yep, ears are on fire. Women, Emic. I didn't know you was a gamer girl, Lindsay. Of course I'm a gamer girl. I used to be really good. And then when I met John, I stopped going on it, because I didn't realise John was into gaming. And I didn't want to tell him that I was into gaming, because it's not like the in thing to do when you meet somebody, is it? So we both of us used to let kids just play the games. So we sort of like lost touch, whereas though John secretly used to go on it at night when I was working. So he could still keep up. You did used to go on your gaming when I was working on council. Shaking his head. I know he did. Michael and Dale used to grass him up. I don't know what happened to me. My dad kept coming to me and I can't sleep. So Kate, is he coming to you in your dreams then? When you're dreaming at night, is that when your dad's coming to you? Evening, Michelle. Tranmere Rovers, Crystal Palace. Yeah, dear.
Accrington
Stanley.
Who are they?
Thank you, Anne, my lovely. So, Kate, if he's coming to you in your dreams, it's normally because you've either been thinking about him, or you're saying things, even Susan, or you're asking like is he okay? Or you might not ask out loud, but you might be thinking it. You could have had a conversation about your dad recently, and it's just the way our loved ones try and connect with us. Evening, Jean. They don't come to scare us, and I think sometimes they come to us in a dream, because I think if you woke up and they were perched on end of your bed, I think a lot of us would have heart failure in that moment and be absolutely petrified, especially because we're not ready for it. So for me, loved ones comes to us in his dreams. Sometimes I think that they can, evening Scots, evening Carol, but sometimes they can come to us in his dreams also. If there's things going off in his life that maybe aren't going the way we planned, if there's a little bit maybe upset, or there's a celebration coming up. So yeah, for me, just if you can remember your dreams, try and write down what happened in them. And then if you can message me or email us, we can sort of like try and decipher the dream for you, if that makes sense. Because evening Gaz, COVID friendly. You don't need your mask on while you're on, guys. Take it off. But yeah, that's the best thing to do, is keep a journal for everybody who's having these dreams and stuff. Make sure you do keep a journal, because 9 times out of 10 you'll find it's related to things happening in your life. Maybe things that you don't want to face up to, maybe things that you just want to ignore. But yeah. Any news from Docs, John?
No. You just said no. I'll ring him
tomorrow. Yes, always write it down before anything else. Thanks, Nanny Lynn. Nanny Lynn will back that up. I don't know whether it were on the main group that we've got, or whether it were members, but we did like a topic section, and it.
We're doing that last Saturday night.
Doing little box, big box, cardboard box. My dreams are teeth falling out. There's something for that though, Tracy. There's a meaning to that. Just give me a minute. What we're saying then? Oh, I've lost my train of thought. What were I saying before that? I ain't a clue. I'm trying to look what I would have seen in chat to make me say something. I ain't got a clue. So big fish, little pig. What were it? Big fish, little fish, cardboard box. And not past it yet. Still not to boogie with the best of it. Dreams of teeth falling out. There is a meaning for teeth falling out, and I don't know whether it's to do with not a loss of a loved one or anything, but a feeling of loss in your life. Yeah, so that's what it's saying. One of the most common interpretations for having your teeth falling out in dream has to do with deep personal loss. So if you've lost a loved one, it could be something for that. It could be a marriage, a partnership, a job, a home. It can be on a religious side. If you're going through like paranoia and anxiety, it can represent that sort of area within your life, and also stress can relate to it as well. Sometimes when we're feeling very stressed, because I think you feel you're out of control. So if you're feeling very stressed at the moment, it's just that loss of feeling. So that's where I would put it. It is Nanny Lynn, teeth it falling out is very common, because I think everybody's life's really stressful. So evening Dawn. So I do think that it is a common one for it. Evening Joyce, hope you're well. My dreams are mad. Write them down, Lisa. I'd love to decipher your dreams. I think it means Dave needs to buy me a new toothbrush. It's only 300 quid. There you go, Dave. You've answered a dream. She's dreaming about it. Buy her the bloody toothbrush. I went to my auntie's house last month. Weird things will happen in there. That'll as well.
My answer as well, Dave.
Dream bank in the spare room, and when I went in there, nobody there. And when I was in the bathroom, all of a sudden I saw a quick black shadow quickly on the landing. What does that mean? It could mean that there is an energy in your auntie's house, one she could possibly be aware of. She may not be aware of it. When it comes to knocking and really loud bangs in houses, because when you're in a house, you have to remember that there is neighbours. And sometimes our neighbours can bang and it sounds like they're in our bedroom, and it's awful. But if it's happening and you can say that all the neighbours are out, or it was in a room that weren't attached to anything, do you know what I mean? You can't just automatically think that that it's paranormal. The black shadow that you saw quickly, and I'm not trying to debunk anything, but it could have been the way the toilet door was open and the sunlight come in. It could have been a cloud going over the light to cause that shadow. But if you know for definite that that's what you saw, nobody can take that away from you. But I'm just trying to explain the different sides to it.
Same, Lisa, if I pay over £1 for a toothbrush or stop, that's not hyperventilating.
I don't know whether you're too far away at the minute, Kelly, from where we are to actually come and do an investigation.
About an hour and a half, I think.
About an hour and a half away. We'll get into. I'll message you, Kelly, and we will have a look at coming down at a convenient time. If you're only about an hour and a half away, then it's not too far, is it? And we will come and talk to you about doing an investigation in your house, because the house investigations are slightly different than what we would do on a paranormal investigation. Yes, how yourself? We're all good. £300 for a toothbrush. Do you know, Lisa, I'm with you on that one. Never, I wouldn't pay. I wouldn't pay more than a couple of quid for a toothbrush. If
1982 last time.
I could make one out of a drill and universal adapter brush. There you go, Tracy. He's offered to make you one. You what?
1983 last time you bought a toothbrush.
1983? Cheeky twat. I brush my teeth every morning and evening. No, you buy me my toothbrushes. I don't go to shops, so John has to buy them me. So I hope he does buy me a little bit more expensive ones. The thing is, everybody's asleep that night, and it was so loud it scared me. And another thing is, my cousin did die at my auntie's house in the room where I slept. Oh, bless you, my love. Like, it could just be your cousin just letting you know that she's okay. But like I said, Kelly, we can talk more about it, about coming down and helping you out a little bit, my lovely. Evening, Michelle. I'm okay, thanks. I have more than likely have to have more surgery at hospital appointment. Oh, Michelle, fingers crossed that it doesn't come to having more surgery and there's other alternatives for you. But please keep us updated on how you get on and everything that's going on, my lovely. Always here for somebody to just listen to you. Yeah, so yeah, we're feeling 100 times better, Michelle. Just a mental breakdown, I think. Everything just got too much, I think. Time to go to my auntie's house. Every time I go to my auntie's house, it's happening. Then it could just be your cousin just letting you know that she's okay. Cheers. And Lucas, strike what? Did I say? I didn't swear, Mr. Mason.
You did.
What did I say?
You swore at me.
What did I say?
I don't know, but you swore.
I never swore. I never saw my toothbrush has to vibrate. Claire, everything you've got to vibrate. Actually, I have seen this tooth thing. It's a toothbrush, but it's like this white thing that goes round, and you put this paste in, and then you put it in your mouth, and it vibrates in your mouth, but it like goes a blue. And I said to John, I do want one of them. I don't know what it's called, but
you did. You called him a cheeky something.
I never called him anything, unless you can prove it and say it.
Right.
That's not swearing. Twat's a pregnant goldfish, so technically it's not swearing, Mr. Mason. Say he's buggering off now. Perhaps you should use it in more ways than one. Really, Mr. Mason? You did. Called him a cheeky something. Scotty, not having it. Not having it, Scotty. Nothing come out. I've been very good tonight. I've not said any bad word as yet. The night is still young and it still may sleep out. I think they are 600. What, for them two things? For that white thing that you pop in your mouth that vibrates and then you put the gel or whatever. Oh gosh, I swear, like a true art, Lisa. It comes out my mouth and I don't even know I've said it. It just sort of like, look, just comes out. And it comes out when I'm just talking about normal things that doesn't really need a swear word in there, but somehow my vocabulary puts a swear word in its place. So, yeah, it's a bit bad. It's a bit bad. So, yeah. Have you seen my new thing? I've dropped it now on the floor. I'll get other bit to it. So, let me show you. I don't know if this is going to go in now because I needed other bit to go in with it. So in that circle there's another circle that goes in that middle circle. So it's like a gimbal. I got my love sign. I've just got to paint it now. But yeah, I've still not picked up on the painting of this. I'm not liking the colours I've chosen. And unfortunately, there's not a lot I can do. I mean, it's only had one coat on. That's why it looks a bit scabby at the minute. Yeah, hopefully I can try and put a bit more sparkle on it. It just slips. It does. Honestly, Lisa, it just slips out. Got a hospital next week about my teeth. Ooh, let us know how you get on, Mr. Mason. I hope it's nothing too invigorous with the dentist. Scotty, search it up, boy. Search what? What we search? Oh, the toothbrush. You said no more than a quid for it. No, John said no more than a quid for a toothbrush. I said mine was a little bit more expensive. Great therapy, in my opinion. What's great therapy? Swearing. Letting the B, C's and any other one come out. I think that's why my kids never swore as children. They were used to hearing it. That would have made mine swear. Mine actually did pick up the swearing. And when they said it, it was really crucial times that maybe they shouldn't have. But it were only the odd word, and it wasn't like it was every time they spoke. It was just in certain situations. I think they just like saw my frustration when I were doing that, and they sort of like copied. $1.99. Yeah, exactly. $1.99 he pays for mine, so it's more than £1. Claire, swearing is horrible. I despise it. I never swear. Your mouth is blue, lady. Your mouth is blue. My daughter says you can see ghosts and have conversations with them. Kelly, I do believe that there is people out there that can see ghosts. And I do believe that they can hear. They can hear, and I won't call them ghosts as much. They're more spirit energies, because it's the energy. They're not actually a ghost. It's an energy of somebody. But yeah, for me, I do think that you can hear them sometimes. I think that people can communicate with them, but I also think that there's a lot of fraudsters out there that you have to be really, really careful over, because it's the fraudsters that will catch on to your vulnerability, because they watch for what things that you say in people's chats when you're on your paranormal ones. They'll promise you things that they can never give to you, if that makes sense. So you do have to be really careful, because like I said, unfortunately the charlatans of the world are about, and yeah, they're not nice people. Is that done on a 3D? Yes, John, it was done on a 3D printer. So was my gnome. My gnome was done on a 3D printer. Does it resemble me at all? I don't have the rosy cheeks unless I'm having a hot flush, and I don't have the white beard. So technically it don't really resemble me much, does it? I'm gonna have to get one that resembles me. Hope you're well, Paul, my lovely. Paul's making me a shelf to fit on the side of the bath, so I have somewhere to put my phone and book. Very cool. Paul's very handy at making some really good stuff. We're just at the beginning of making stuff. But you can see the things on the wall that we've made. What do you call that one? Nightmare Before Christmas and the half-face skull and rose. I had them printed out for my Evening Shine a Light. I don't know if I've said Evening Anne. Your facial hair is missing. Lindsay, stop shaving. Oh dear. Actually, do you know, if I get close to the camera, I've got really faint hairs. And I once were going to shave my face, but it was only my mum saying to me, if you shave your face, your hairs will come back even more. So I didn't shave my face when I was young. No, kids always copy, don't they? And I used to see my dad shaving. I once did it with his electrical one, but he didn't really touch anything. I don't really rate them. Well, not my dad's anyway. But yeah, so I shaved my arms instead, and I only shaved them once. And it's not that they're hairy, but you can't really see because I've got really light hair on my arms, but the hairs on my arms are that long. In the summer, you can see them really well, but I don't want to shave my arms again. It was a really stupid, childish thing to do. Not as bad though as shaving my sister's eyebrows off. That were a class one. You used coloured glitter glue. Try it on your unicorn. Oh, just need a light coat and spread it with a paintbrush. Oh, thank you, Jean. I will try that. Me too, says Carol. Carol, I forgot what I was saying. Hey, dear evening, Antoinette. Hope you're well. Anybody else popped in that I've not said hello to? I don't think so. I think I've caught everybody as they've come in. I'm a natural blonde. On blonde are really hairy. Do you know, Lisa, when I was born, my hair was jet black and I had a lot of hair. I was a heartburn baby. Then it went blonde, and I was blonde from about 1 to about 4. No, till about 3. And then the blonde went brown, and then I went to like a mousy brown, similar colour to my eyebrows, when you can see them, and I hadn't overplucked them. But yes, you didn't say hello to me. Oh, Yo-Yo. Good evening, Yo-Yo. How are you doing? Mason, you're never new. You're never new. So don't you talk telling lies. But yes, going back to the shaving the eyebrow off your sister, that's a good one. Just make sure we were young. Let's say we were young. We were both under 16 and we'd both been drinking. And I decided, or Jenny had been drinking and I was sober. And I decided that to get my own back on her going out and getting drunk and me not going out and getting drunk, I was going to shave. So she went to sleep and I shaved her eyebrows off. Well, we got school next morning. And she had to go to school. My nana had to pencil. We had to shave both her eyebrows off in end. And we had to, my nana had to pencil her eyeliner. Now, I don't know if your nanans might like my nanans, but it was like a ginger coloured pen. That evening, Angie. It was like a ginger coloured pen that Jenny went to school, and they were like halfway up her forehead. So about a week later, I think I'm about 15 at the time. A week later, I'd been drinking, and she decided to shave my eyebrows off. Well, because she'd had a drink and she was shaving my eyebrows off, on one of my eyebrows, and I can't remember which one without looking, I've actually got like no hair in like a line, because as she's gone like that, she sort of like sliced a chunk of skin out. I woke up in the morning and all my face was covered in blood from this little cut in my eyebrows, and the hair doesn't grow. It's just like a bald spot in the eyebrows. So just be careful if you're going to be playing pranks. Evening, Carol. How are you, my lovely? It's not wicked, Nanny Lynn. It's sisterly love. It's what sisters do to each other when you love them. It was only about, I think I was about 15. So I think our Jenny would have been about 13. But yes, we were very good. Tracy's pooped now? Is that what that's saying? Tracy's, or is that Tracy's eating? I can't tell whether it's a bag of poo, a bag of sick, or a sandwich, Dave. I think it's a bag of sick. Tracy's sick now. And prayers. Is Tracy feeling sick? Oh, bless her. Sending her loads of prayers, my lovely. I'm always playing tricks on my kids, even now as they're adults, except the two youngest boys. You have to. Evening dawn, I put Imac on mine once, hurt like hell. Do you know, Imac shouldn't go play certain places, should it? And I hope you're talking about your eyes. We're all doing good, Dawn, my lovely. I hope you are too. Toothpaste is the best. Put it on eyebrow, let it go hard. What, does that take your eyebrows off? Good night, Jamie. Take care, my lovely. Coffee cup. Oh, she's on caffeine. Cup of tea, not poop. Is it a cup of tea? Look like a bag of poop. Why have we got prayers after a cup of tea, David? Hi, Lindsay, how are you and John doing? Love and light to everyone. Thank you, Charles, my lovely. Both doing well. John's just listening to football. He will be popping back in a bit. It was just half time, so he popped in and then popped off again. My sister kicked me and broke my arm, so when I got back from the hospital, I whacked her one with a recorder and broke it. My kind of lazy lady, Tracy. My kind of lady. Watch it, Mr. Mason, because Tracy's got eyes on you. Buy her that toothbrush. Wi-Fi top tip for other areas. You can't get toothpaste off. Lindsay, it's a cup of coffee. Oh, I can see it now, but it did look like either a bag of sick or a bag of poop. I bought Tracy a no. Oh, Mr. Mason, too much information. Poor Tracy. Just got a puppy. Forgot how much hard work they are. Do you know what, Karen? They are so much like hard work. But the joy comes once the house trained, if they ever. And they stop the chewing and the drooling in your shoes and your slippers and the puddles of pee when you're getting out of bed and that little piece of poo at the door because you was in bed and they couldn't get out. It all stops when they get to about 5. Yes, I did. Night, Jean, and... Oh, that's what I'm saying. Night to Jean. I did see the orb vid, Amelia, and it was really interesting how on command you ask for something and this big round, and I can only call it an orb, and it is just the one, comes back past the camera. But I do believe, Amelia, that you do have a very special connection to your grandma who's in spirit. And I do believe that you come into contact a lot with your grandma and she's constantly around you. Because when you're talking, you talk to her as though she's still here when you're doing your when you're doing your paranormal, I forgot even what you call it now, but you know what I mean. But yeah, I mean, I've seen you with your pendulums. I've seen you doing all sorts, Amelia, and there's definitely a connection there between you and your grandma for sure. I swung my bro around, hit his eye in a toy box. I was mean. You was a meanie. I were a bit of a meanie though, really. I threw a mate off a bridge once. It didn't hurt him. He laughed. I said, "Come here, I'll do it again." He did, so I did. Broke his arm. Throwing somebody off. That's bad. Throwing him off a bridge, Dave. I have a small in the air with finches in. Oh, I bet that's beautiful, Kelly. Very relaxing to watch. I'm going to pinch Fifi to play with Boris. I know, we've got to get Boris and Fifi together, definitely. You lot are making me laugh. As long as you've got your tenor lady on, you're all right, Lisa. Talking to my boyfriend's mum the other day about someone, and all of a sudden my nose was constantly going. It wouldn't stop. Wow. 6 months split with the fur babies. No, I've been her for 6 months. I'd let you, but John would be like, no. But going back to what I think it was Lisa put, I think I was about 5 and Jenny were about 3. And you know them double buggies in 80s that your parents used to buy you? They were sort of like, they'd fit a doll in, but they would also fit like a 3-year-old kid in. I once strapped her in that, gagged her, and we've got like quite a longish garden, and the garage used to like come down onto the garden, and behind the garage there were a gap about that wide, and I gagged her and I turned the pram upside down, not upside down, but like push the pram foot so she was hanging down this hole. And then I went in house, and about an hour later my mum were asking me where Jenny was, and I said she's playing down by my garden. I did get a very good hiding off my dad when he come home from work, because I'd still left her out there when he got home from work. So yeah, my mum just thought she were playing with fairies in bottom of the garden. She was actually looking down, thinking my life's about to end at 3-year-old. So yes, I had those tendencies as well. John can have Boris. Oh, we'll do a swap. Well, Boris may need to pop his cherry, but Fifi's already been done. Not popped a cherry, but done, so she can't. But yes, Nanny Lynn, I was a very mischievous child. Not that you would ever think that of me. I mean, to look at me and to hear me talk, you'd think I was such a good girl. My brother is 4 years younger than me. I used to beat him up and then bribe him in the end. Oh dear no. Things you used to do as kids though to siblings is just like, I don't know, it's rotten. We're rotten. So I see. Did I pull the right expression then, Nanny Lynn? So I see. Thought you were a Stella child. No, Stella, I couldn't drink Stella. Stella were too strong for me, Scotty. I did drink it, but I got too leery, so I had to sort of come off. I will ask John. Oh, I've missed what Antoinette's going to ask John. I am an angel, Carol. I am an angel. I've got the devil on my shoulder, but I am an angel. No, I admit I was evil to my bro. Evening, Penny, my lovely lady. I'm not grown up. Still, my husband gets it now. I'm naughty. You cover it well, Liz. I do, Nanny Lynn. I certainly do. I'd slap myself, scream ouch, and get my brother in trouble. Oh, yo, that's even worse than actually doing something. You just made me choke on my tea over the Stella comment. Were you talking about Stella? Oh dear. Probably why we don't talk to him now. Oh my goodness. My brother put drawing pins on the floor, called my sister in. He said, that's what you get, stealing my 6pence. Wow. An angel with broken wings. I am. I'm an angel with broken wings, and I've just spat all over John's computer. You know when you're talking and it sort of like comes out? I've just spat all over his computer. Shh, don't tell him. I'm wiping it off. I meant Stella as in good. I've never heard of that, Scots. Never heard of it. Oh, my brother bought a bayonet home from the Korean War. Wow. It was what should have been well out of reach on top of a cupboard. Me and my sister were arguing one day, and I managed to reach said item and threw it at her. Good job. Oh, Jane. Could have cut her hair. I think I'd have done that. I think I'd have strapped her down and I'd just gone like that and cut her hair off. We won't tell him 50 quid. I'll give him 50 quid. Don't tell him I spat on his computer, for God's sake. He'll go, I'm COVID free. So it don't matter. Do you see? You're shocking each other in chat tonight. You're shocking each other. I don't talk to my brother. Not done. So since he started seeing The Wizard of Oz. Says to you she's a witch, but to him she's a princess. Yeah, but no, it's not nice when you don't get on with your siblings' partners. My mum passed away 3 years. She keeps talking to me. That's good, Kate. That's really good. And as long as you're open and you and as long as it's not holding you back from moving forward, I think it's absolutely fantastic. If it is holding you back from moving forward, then we need to be having a different kind of conversation, but not a bad conversation, if you know what I'm saying, but just looking at different ways to try and help you to move forward. But for some people, it gives them that to move forward. Hung shower out of window, freezing cold. He was asleep on a branch. She jumped up, thought it was raining, and I was creasing buzz. Dear, that's class. Love Lindsay's laugh. It cracks me up. It'll not crack my grandkids up. My daughter will walk in a minute and go, "Shut up, mother." Princess. Oh my God. Well, you never know, but that's what he'll think of her, isn't it? He'll not think that she's the witch of the Wizard of Oz. But she, which one? What good witch called Zelda? But good witch Zelda in Wizard of Oz. I can't remember. You've not seen her back of a. Oh, dear no, Mr. Mason. My brother is now 6'2" and I'm only 5'6". We were messing about play fighting a couple of years ago, and I threw him over my shoulder. Still got it. Hey, Gillian, my lovely lady. I didn't see you creep in. I hope you're well, my lovely lady. I hope you're feeling a lot better as well, my sweets. But yeah, I mean, do you know, it's like hitting on what Katie said there, you know, like when she said her mum passed away. I think for a lot of us that do go through a process of grief, I get that all the time on Facebook. The mum that posted up, so I blocked my own. I blocked mine. I've got one of mine blocked. She's not allowed on mine. Bless her. Yeah, but no, going back to what Dawn said, Dr. Dawn. Oh my God, I do apologise. Going back to what Kate said about the grieving and talking to loved ones. So let me pull that back down, then I'm at the bottom of my chat. But it made me bad and broken heart on my dad. Oh, bless you, sweets. I think the thing is, when we lose a loved one, it's very easy to still. I'm going to give you what happened for me and see if it resonates with you, because it might not. So it's just like my way of saying it. When I lost my dad, I was 8. And when I got to teens, I wanted to plaster his picture everywhere. Now, unfortunately, we didn't have things like internet, and we didn't have the phones and that when I got to teens. Or if we did have the computers and that, they weren't like what we can do now on internet, let's say. And for me, what I was doing wasn't helping me to move forward. So I used to sit and talk to him, and I'd talk to him constantly every night, and I'd be crying and telling him how much I missed him, how much I loved him, how much that my heart was broken, and I didn't want to live without him, and silly thoughts going through your head like they do when you're grieving the loss of somebody. So I had to sort of like, I didn't take a step back till it was too late, and it started affecting things when I got to like 17, 18, and it was affecting things in my personal life. Then it affected things in a relationship. I sort of like didn't want to move on to the future. I wanted to live in the 80s, the 70s, 80s, where my memories held me. And I did that for a long, long time. I did it for many, many years, Kate. I did it for many, many years. It was only up until about 4 years ago. I'm 47 now, so I would have said I were about 43, 44 maybe. I actually went and spoke to somebody. It was to do with my health at the time, but it also was, I needed it for where my head was, because for that many years, I had been allowing myself to feel guilty for continuously living. It was like I was living 2 lives. I was living the life with my kids, but then I'd be feeling guilty at the same time. And it's very hard to explain where your mindset is. But the only advice I can say to you is, and it's what I found I do now. I only go to the cemetery once a year. or maybe twice. I sometimes go in, sometimes I don't go, but I'll go twice a year normally, and I'll normally go on his birthday and I go at Christmas. I never go on the day that he passed away, just because I know that he's not there, he's with me anyway. But it's sort of like, it's taking that step back and saying to yourself, what would they have wanted? Would they have wanted you to be this person and to think this way? And it's sort of like, now you're living for them. So all the enjoyment you're getting in what you're going to get in life is sort of like the enjoyment they'd want you to, and they would be so proud that you're getting that enjoyment because they're part of you. And I think it's just that changing the mindset, and it has to be a click, because you'll find talking and posting things or talking about them daily, you never get past the grieving point. And I know it's a way that we don't want as loved ones to forget that they're here, but we don't have to sort of like have that constant reminder in front of us, because it's already inside us. So it's literally, you have to sort of like say, enough's enough. I need to take control of my life, because you're still here to live it. They're there watching you, and they're enjoying the life you're living. But if you're not living, then how can they enjoy to be around you? If that, I don't mean to enjoy be around you, but they'd be more worried about you and be around you for the wrong reasons. Instead of around you celebrating and enjoying, they would be around you because they're trying to heal you. And that's not their job. That's not their job to heal us once they've gone. Their job's to embrace us and push us forward and celebrate the celebrations in life that we've got. Still pick us up when we fall, because no matter what age we are, we always fall. And for me, I think it's just that mindset. I think wherever you've got, like Nanny Lynn's put, I can relate to a lot of that. I've been to Nanny Lynn's, and Nanny Lynn has got, and I'm going to call it a shrine, because it is. I mean, Sean was her son. But as soon as you walk into Nanny Lynn's office, it's beautiful. You've got the pictures, and it is, honestly, it's beautiful. But for Nanny Lynn, I'm sorry, Nanny Lynn, I'm not picking on you, my lovely. But for Nanny Lynn, she has to walk in the office every day, and every day she gets to see these pictures. And the pictures, it's not the person. So every day she walks in, that grief hits her. And it hits her like it happened yesterday. And I know it's not been long passing, and I know that shrine Nanny Lynn will take down when she's ready. And that's how we all have to do it. But sometimes we need to sort of like move it to somewhere else. So it's still up, but it's not visual to you every day. So like put it in another room, an empty room, where you could possibly go and sit in there for 10 minutes every day if you still needed to, but it's not there in the space where you constantly are, if that makes sense. But that's, I mean, and I don't mean to upset anybody, and if I have, I do apologize, and I apologize, Nanny Lynn, for talking about you then, but it was just the way I needed to sort of like try and explain it. It was different and difficult for me, Lindsay, as my dad was killed by a hit and run driver with Sean. His ashes are here with me. Yeah, and to be honest, Nanny Lynn, and I don't, do you know what? Me personally, I think if anything happened, touch wood, to any of my family, I know that they'll want to be cremated. There's not one that wants to be buried. So I know I'm going to have the ashes. But what I'm going to do with the ashes is going to be more beneficial for me. And it's going to be more beneficial. You can have ashes now put into rings. You can have them put into necklaces. Rings and bracelets are my kind of thing. And I know it'll cost, but I'm not bothered. The cost is nothing. But the ashes I'm going to have as rainbow colours in a ring. And I'm also going to have the bracelet as well. So I'm wearing them all the time. It's like with my dad's ring. Unfortunately, my dad was buried. But my dad's ring, I wear that constantly, unless we're going out ghost hunting, and then I'll not wear it. But yeah, I'll wear my dad's ring because it's always with me. And it's just the little things that I need. I don't need the visual things anymore, because to me they were holding me back. And I'm not saying they're holding any of you back, but the when I had all the photos and everything out, for me it was holding me back moving forward with my grief. But you can, Lisa, you can use the ashes as tattoos as well. And I would contemplate having a tattoo with the ashes also, because I think I think it's just brilliant. I noticed Charles put something about losing his wife. I think he put, was it 8 years ago, Charles? Trying to find it now. Throw water on a witch. I can't find it. I can't find where Charles put, but I know Charles were talking about losing his wife. I mean, it's your best friend, you know. I mean, when my mom lost my dad, and it were like she lost half of who she was 9 years ago. Thank you, Yo-Yo. So true, coming up to my husband and son's dad passing on 5th of February. Yeah. I always celebrate, Dawn, when it's coming up to the day of passing. I always celebrate it. I don't get upset on that day. Well, I tell a lie. I do. I shed a few tears, but the more happy tears, I normally get my family album out and I start looking through the family photos of how much idiots we were, and how much my dad was an idiot and a clown, and you know, and that's where I take myself on days like that, because it puts me in a bed. It makes me laugh. Makes me cry a little bit. I'm also laughing at the thoughts of things that used to get done and said. But yeah, to lose your wife, you're losing half yourself. You're losing your soulmate in many cases. And again, that loss, it's something you have to live with. But again, would whether the wife or the husband want to see their wife or husband living, not living? If that makes sense. It's just like I say, it's just trying to change that mindset, because I'm covered in tattoos and my children has them, and I want to put my ashes in tattoos. I think I'd like that, Lisa. I don't think mine would. Moldy would go down tattoo route. I don't know about Michael, but definitely girls would do something like that. Actually, Jordan once, she'd be like, "No, I don't want you on my skin." She'd say, "I had enough." She'll say, "I've had enough of you living weird. I don't want you on my skin." Oh, Nanny Lynn, Dad's birthday tomorrow, Mum's the next day. Then I hope there's going to be a little bit of celebration happening. Happy memories, maybe go out for a walk somewhere in a nice park, something that they would have enjoyed doing, and they'll be with you. They'll be with you enjoying the day out to wherever you take yourself. When my grandparents' mum's mum and dad was cremated, we went on a river trip and scattered their ashes on a river, where I went for picnics with them as a child. And you know, Paul, that's so beautiful. You know, it's something special, and it's a place that you will always be able to go back to. And okay, I know at the time of the ashes being scattered, it would have been so emotional. Because I was too young to know, and I didn't go to the funeral for my dad. The sense that you've got there when you go there, it can also bring back them happy memories of when they was here, and also, like you say, it's a memorable plot. You haven't got it at home, so you're not seeing it daily. But when you feel the need, it's like nice to go and just sit and just put all your worries out there. And even to this day, Paul, even if you went back now and sat there, the memories would flood back. And also, for me, it'd be so therapeutic. It's like for me when I go fishing. I sit there. If anybody goes fishing, you'll know the feeling I'm telling you. You just sat outside. It's quiet. You're just looking and surrounded by nature, and it is such a fantastic feeling that your mind just sort of like all your worries just go. And it really is. I mean, it's beautiful. An artist. No, it feels like someone's trying to talk. It could have been Kelly, without going into it really more and talking about it a lot more. And I'm better doing that with you person to person rather than on here, because it's more of a personal subject with what you're going through. But definitely, Kelly. Well, it's somebody trying to get your attention, whether it be the cousin that you lost or your nan, my lovely. I bet it was. We cook his favourite meal for them and bake a cake. Do you know, Dawn, what no better is there than baking a cake and actually eating it? Yeah, and they'll be enjoying every mouthful with you, believe it or not. But they're lucky because they're not putting the weight on anymore. We are. I am making it a little bit of light now, because I think we've gone down that low. We need to bring the vibrations up. I don't want you going away from here like, Tuesday. I don't want you going away sad. I want you going away smiling and happy. I like sitting by the water. It does help. It really does, doesn't it, Anne? It's it's so peaceful. Evening, Helen. I hope you're well. I go fishing all the time. I know what you're talking about. On into Ellen, it's amazing when you go fishing. I mean, I know men look at you like you shouldn't be there for some places where you go, but I just ignore them. They called me burnt puddings when I first went. I didn't have a clue why. And then one bloke says to John, "We come here. We come here to get rid of our lass. You come here and you bring her." But it wasn't said in a nice way. And John just didn't know what to say back. I wish it would have been me said it to, because I certainly would have come back with a nice reply to the nice gentleman he was. So had going neighbours, and Mum rang me emergency back now. Oh, Lisa, I hope everything's all right, my sweets. I hope everything's sorted and everything's okay. Change subject. It's going exactly, Mr. Mason. Can't face going to Haworth again, as it was mine and my mum's and daughter's special place. Just go there for little breaks, but just can't do it. But you know what, Michelle? One day you'll be able to go back and it will be a happy place again. But until then, just find other beautiful places to go. Because there's so many places out there that you can go that are just going to be, they're just going to be awesome to go. Always celebrate their happy life, never doom and gloom. It is celebrated. It's the fun we had together. Yeah, totally agree. Yeah, it's all okay. Oh, that's good, Lisa. That's good. Some people can't, Claire. But that's why you've got people like me around you that are here for you 100%. And I'll not let you go down. I'll not let you dip. And the only lady that fished the lake by me, and I stop out for a week, just love the outdoors. I do, Helen. Do you know, I actually miss going night fishing. I love night fishing, and because of my bike, we've not been able to go. So I'm having to look for another bed that I can go night fishing on. So I'm hoping to buy a different style of bed, so at least I can go back. But I'd go there every day a week if I could. But obviously with cold and how my back is, we're having to wait for the summer months to come. So I'll be okay sat on bank. My great granny heard about the coffins being sent into space. She didn't like the idea of going into orbit around the Earth. Ooh, do you know? I think I'd like that. I think I'd like to go floating. I think I'd like that. I think I would. I'd like to go up in a coffin. I think it would be an amazing experience. And actually, I prefer to do it when I weren't. I prefer to do it as an energy rather than a person, because I think I'd shit myself. And I know their poop bags, they have to wear like a nappy. And I don't think that'd have a good look on me. Much love. We could go there for a coffee, maybe a different occasion might help. Yeah, yo. I'm going to watch the What Paedophile and Prince Mystic Bugger. What's that? Prince Andrew, with what's going on with him. Do you know what? I don't really care what royal family gets up to. They're just a normal family like us lot, that have money. that have money. So to me, they're just a normal family. They give to charity the money that people give them to give to charity, if that makes sense to anybody. But for me, I like the royal family, but I'm not a massive fan of the royal family. I just think to me that they're an ordinary family who's got a title. Because to be honest, I know they bring money into the country, but that's all they bloody do. To me, it's just a family who's got a little bit of dosh. But it's our dosh that they've got. So, that's going a different route. We're not going to go down that one. I have so much of my family, and we had so many happy stories to share. Keep sharing them, Dawn. Keep sharing them, because next generation need to hear. They need to start comparing who they like or who they take after in their ways. So peaceful night fishing, not been for years. Oh, Lisa, do you know, I used to sleep at night with, I used to have bank sticks under my pillow. And then in my socks, what did I used to put in my socks? I used to weigh my socks down at night. And I'd jump out of bed and I'd be like, John, there's somebody outside. Tent. I can hear them walking round. They were bleeding rats. You could hear the buggers scuttling. And obviously you've got all feed and stuff down where you've been, because I have to feed a fish. I can't just maggot fish. I have to feed a fish, because it's just, then I don't have to do anything. It's just in water, isn't it? And it's like, oh my God. I just absolutely love fishing. I see a few agree with what I was saying a bit ago. Princess Anne's okay, but again, she donates to charity, but she hasn't got the face of a pretty lady, so she's not acknowledged, is she? So yeah, they say normal family. They live in a house paid for by us. And do I ever get invited for a cuppa and a bun? No, exactly. Who do they think they are? We all should be going there for cups of tea and coffees and buns. Antoinette met Princess Margaret. I cannot wait for warmer days. We're going in February. We're going away. We're going in February for a week. You're going fishing for a week, Helen. Where are you going? Do tell. We might turn up as your neighbours. I might stalk you, Helen. You might be like, oh my God, she stalked me and she's followed me fishing, the weirdo. I promise you I won't be weird. I'll be normal. I'll just go, hey, Helen. From other side of the fishing lake, I'll go, hey, Helen. Paul sent us some nice fishy pictures to have a look at to lighten the mood. Not like a good spot of fishing. Or if you're not keen on fishing, try magnet fishing, because it's bloody amazing for magnet fishing. Just chuck it in a canal. Just make sure that the magnets that you get, so that's the magnet. Some magnets don't have a loop, like a locking loop on top. I will just advise you, make sure you've got a locking loop and a metal locking loop that locks into it, because if you just tie it on, after a bit it becomes loose and end up losing your magnet, and then you can't find it ever again. Feed the fish is slang for having it's not. Feed the fish. Feed the fish, tuppence a bag. Tuppence a bag. Oh, it's not fish, is it? It's the pigeons. 'Tis the pigeons, isn't it? Catch the pigeon. I couldn't go fishing because it said when they get the hook stuck in their mouth. Yeah, but Tracy, you de-hook it. And to be honest, it's normally the small perch that are a bugger to get the hook out of. That's why you go with somebody or sit next to somebody that is really good at taking the hook out. John is really good when it comes to the fish and getting the hooks out. I can only do it to the bigger fish, but on feeder fishing, it's very rare you catch a small fish that gets the hook. It's normally when we're on Broads that you catch the little perch, and they are little buggers. The perch are little buggers. But you can get some decent side ones, but they just spike you. You're supposed to run your finger down them, and when you've wound it in, I'm like this trying to catch the poor little thing, and it spikes me every time, so I won't even hold them now. You couldn't be normal like me. It's hard. I've never been fishing. Claire, you're coming on a fishing trip with us. We're going to go fishing for the day. We'll go to somewhere like Delves and go fishing for the day. And okay, you might find it boring at first, but you will love the outdoors. So just enjoy it. We fish lake in Milton Keynes. Been fishing the lake for a long time and do nights on my own. So carp use £20. My best, is that your best? You £20 carp? Oh my god! I think John's was 14, and I can't remember whether mine were just over 14 or just under. I'm gonna say just under 14. No, I'm not. Mine were over 14. Mine were 14.5, and his were 14. But yeah, no. Carp, I love carp fishing. If I'm truthful, I prefer to go carp fishing. But I'm not a proper fisher. I'm not a proper fisherwoman. But I just enjoy it. And if we catch a carp, it's like woohoo! I'm like doing fanny dance outside at the pool. Oh, Claire, definitely. My brother loved fishing. Oh, it's amazing sport, amazing. That's the day, 2 novices together. Yeah, you're coming. You could come for a fishing day. You haven't got to do any walking. You just you just get a nice little rod. You sit down on your stool, and you and Rob can sit there and have a fishing day. So relaxing. Rather go fishing at the chip shop. Tracy, you wouldn't. You'd like to go fishing in the woods. Never been fishing. I bet it's really relaxing. Susan, honestly, I didn't think I was going to like fishing, full stop. I didn't like the smell of the maggots. Then I didn't like the touch of the maggots. Then I didn't know how to take a hook out of a fish's mouth. Then I didn't know how to, well, I did know how to do it, but I weren't going to put the maggots on a hook. No way. And in the end, after I'd been fishing, we used to go every weekend. We used to go night fishing at week if Mike's were at his dad's. And in the end, when it was cold, I used to put the maggot in my mouth to warm it up, and then put it on the hook to give it its little wiggle back. I did saltwater fishing. Oh my god, Beth, that stuff that comes up is scary and big. I'd shit myself. I won't want to see. Sorry, that's another. Is it? What do you call it? Not a fanate. What do you call it? What is it? My husband used to fish for trophies. Do you know, Dawn, there's so many competitions out there that women can do for fishing. You want to think about taking it up as a hobby. Night, Michelle, my lovely. You take care if you're working. And if you need anything, Michelle, you know where I am. No, the poor fish. See, I'm not. I don't like the sea. I don't like the water. And I've given my kids a phobia of the sea, because there's big fish in that sea, and there's things we don't know, so we should never go in the sea. That's my motto. But yeah. But no. Oh, Beth, if you ever catch her, you'll have to let us know. My husband, Carol's put the sicky faces. Quite a few fishing sites around where I live. Oh, Susan, you'll have to send us a link to some fishing sites if you can. Claire, you could put a maggot in your mouth. That's gross, Lindsay. You definitely need a decent toothbrush after that. You do. Carp, £20, bream, £12, roach, £1, birch, £2, pike, £10. These are all my personal best. Bloody hell, Ellen. The pike we caught, it were more of a jack pike, and we caught it on one piece of sweet corn. It was only about this big. What? Why do you want a drink?
Oh, my God.
Oh. John had gone to the shop and he'd left us. He'd left me and my niece on boat with my mom, and we could see the jack pike swimming around the bottom of the boat, and she cast a rod, one piece of sweet corn, and the smallest hook size of either a 12 or 14. That's all we used to fish with, weren't it? And it hooked. She caught a fish, but the jack pike jumped on the line to get the fish. It got the fish, but it landed itself, but it was hooked into its side of its face. So it took 4 blokes off another boat to help us get it out of the water. And then I ended up just having to cut it off. The only reason I cut it off is because in the place where it was, it would have wiggled out of anyway, so it weren't in its mouth and it wasn't hurting. But there was no way I would put my fingers near that thing because it was too flappy. Bream, I think the biggest bream we've caught were about £8.
I don't know.
When we went to
I'm not sure.
That one where Tom and Sadie's dad took us. Roach, yeah, £1. Perched, yeah, weight same. But I think, like I said, I think the carp John caught, I think John's were £14 2 was something daft like that for his personal best, and mine were about 14.5 because I caught mine at that part where Yolanda and Rob take theirs. But technically, we both caught it because I cast it out, but John had to reel it in. So it was my fish, but John had to bring it in because it was too heavy for me to pull in. I was stewarding the crowd when the Queen and Prince Philip came to Gloucester. People watching were waving in true British fashion. I just did a quick nod, and Prince Philip gave a quick nod back. How nice is that, though? At least you got a nod. At least you got a nod there. Evening, Andrew. We'll find some for you north side of Sheffield around Westwood area. Oh, that'd be brilliant, Susan, if you can, my lovely. That'd be amazing. Thank you. Fish fingers, bird's eye, $1.99. Yo. Go to the sea, catch a fish, skin it, and you'll never taste a fish like it. Glenn's got trout in his freezer, and he keeps trying to give me a trout, but it's still got its eyes, and he's like he's descaled it, but it's still got eyes, and I won't have it. My nickname half fish because a pike have half my fish, and I got the pike still on the fish. Oh my god, they're right buggers though. I mean, that lake where we went to Delves, because there's two sides to Delves. It's carp side, but in the carp side they've got the pike, but they want in the pike to be caught and moved out, so they were bringing somebody in to just literally catch the pike. But you'd get like a bream in net because they were a mixture of all sorts, but the carp were massive. And John had got a bream or something in net, and the pike actually jumped into the net. Can you remember? Luckily, it didn't get the fish, but I think it didn't bite it, did it? We managed to save it just, but half
They
pike.
didn't want to put it back in.
Fish. What?
They didn't want to put it back in.
He ended up walking right down to other end to put this poor fish back in water because it was traumatic. It was traumatized.
Hanging about.
A few years ago, me and my brother-in-law caught 250 plus fish in 12 hours, but went back to the same place a few days later and caught a handful. That's the way it goes. It is because they move, don't they? They're clever fish. They're clever. If they know that they've been fished for, they'll not go there, especially when it's on a pond. Sorry, folks, just woke up. That's okay, Andy. We're going to be going soon anyway. We've been on 1 hour 17. So, right, guys, I am going to call it. How did they go? Let everybody know how the match went. What? The loss?
3-2.
Do you know? I'll say night now. My mum had an appointment. With physio. Let us know how she gets on, Paul, my lovely. And loads of love to Moira, and good luck with the physio tomorrow. So we are going to call it. I will be live in the morning at 10:30 a.m. UK time. And I will be doing some tarot readings, oracle. Might do oracle reading tomorrow. I did tarots on Monday, and I know oracles are the same as tarots, but we'll do tarot. We'll do like an oracle type thing tomorrow. Can you put it back? Bleeding the bigger ones will attack it. No, because we have special medicine for fish that bleed. So you put this green stuff on them. This fish care. So you look after the fish. You take care with the fish. So I will see you all tomorrow. John's going to be live on members at some point tomorrow afternoon. I will post it on main page because I know a few missed this afternoon when I first went live. But I'm just all I was doing. We're reading the supernatural, not the supernatural storyline book that's on telly, but a book on supernatural things that happen. You never know, you might be back from your jogging. I might call across at 9, chuck cold water on your run, and then you'll be awake. It's called batter. Do you know, Mr. Mason, you're going to have to come fishing. You'll enjoy it. Nanny Lynn's out tomorrow, yes. And on Thursday night, we are joined at Nanny Lynn. Nanny Lynn, what time are you live? Is it 8 o'clock? I think it's 8 o'clock on Thursday. I have shared the post, but I will reshare again on our main page and on the groups. And yeah, we'll see you all on Nanny Lynn's talking about Pendle and much, much more. 8 p.m. Thursday night. So make sure you've got that in your diary. I will remind you tomorrow. I'm going to torment my husband now. Good on you, Dawn. Sticking with pins. Night, guys. Night, everybody. And send loads of loves to your other half. And I do hope she feels better soon. But yeah, so take care. So see you all later, guys.
Jules asleep. She's still not very well.
I don't think she's still not very well, Jules.
So she told Gaz has got to come on.
I don't know, but Gaz has come on and he's put up with me for tonight. I'm sure he's going to get payback for Jules for making him come on. So yeah, so loads of healing sent out to those that need it as well, guys. So much love to you. See you soon.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.